Hey everyone, how's it going? Josh here, and today we're going to talk about Spider-Man Far From Home and if Spider Slayers will either be introduced in Spider-Man Far From Home or maybe the next or another future installment of the MCU Spider-Man franchise. Now the reason why is because in Spider-Man Far From Home, we've been given hints here and there, but it's been seemingly confirmed from reports that a new character will be introduced to the cast of the new film. And this character is Alistair Smythe, who is the son of Spencer Smythe. And these characters appeared not only in the Amazing Spider-Man video game, I think the first Amazing Spider-Man video game, but also in the 90s cartoon. So for anyone that watched that 90s Spider-Man cartoon, you're probably really familiar with the last name Smythe, because usually I think he was just called Smythe. You're either probably familiar with that, or you're just, like I said, maybe you read the comics and you're familiar with the character. Now the inclusion of the Smythe, both Spencer and Alistair Smythe, those characters into the MCU is really interesting for a few reasons. The first is that Spencer Smythe can basically replace Norman Osborn in kind of the evil corporation kind of role, so to speak. And honestly, for all we know, maybe Smythe bought Stark Tower from Tony Stark instead of it being the Baxter Building or instead of it being Oscorp. That'd be a very interesting kind of change of pace, I think, like that for the Spider-Man movies, since we've done Oscorp basically every single time at this point. And going off of that, Alistair Smythe, being his son, can basically replace Harry Osborn's usual role. The really only big change is that Harry's usually friends with Peter, but obviously in this one it doesn't really seem like Alistair will likely be best friends with Peter or a long lost best friend. But even then, you could still have like the pretentious kind of rich kid with Alistair Smythe that Harry Osborn could also play at the same time. It's also really interesting because Spencer Smythe invented the first Spider Slayer in the Spider-Man comics. And this Spider Slayer connection is, in my personal opinion, really cool because Spencer Smythe's alloy that was used for the Spider Slayers was also part of the creation for Molten Man. And if they do Molten Man, which it appears they are doing for Spider-Man Far From Home, and they also show his origin, assuming it's not just a hallucination from Mysterio, it'd be really cool to see that maybe not only are the elementals real people, but maybe Spencer Smythe is doing some sort of experiments that has led to the creation of these different people, kind of like how they've done Oscorp, resulting in the creations of different supervillains, whether it be from tech or it be from like the Lizard, Kurt Connors working at Oscorp. So it would definitely be really cool. It's still obviously unknown officially if the elementals are real or just projections from Mysterio, but in the Ultimate Universe, Spider Slayers were made from the Tinkerer, who also appeared in Spider-Man Homecoming and also will be appearing, from what we know, in Spider-Man Far From Home. So definitely be really cool to see maybe if the Tinkerer is involved with not only the creation of the Spider Slayers or Spider Drones, whatever they're going to call it, but also maybe Molten Man and the other elementals. It's possible that we might see a creation of the kind of Spider Slayers based upon the Ultron drones. We do know that parts of them are left around, just like parts of Chitauri, I guess equipment and gear, were left after the Battle of New York, to the point where the Tinkerer was able to get some of those with Adrian Toomes and make the Vulture tech along with the Shocker tech and all that other stuff. So definitely for someone like the Tinkerer, it wouldn't be foreign grounds there, but it'd be pretty cool because obviously Alistair Smythe in the comics ends up becoming a Spider Slayer himself, and him becoming a cyborg-like version of the Spider Slayer like he does in the comics would be a very interesting take upon his own kind of Green Goblin arc. So I actually would be really interested in seeing this, you know, instead of another Green Goblin story, maybe we're gonna get a Spider Slayer story. So if there was a time to do it, I guess now would be a good time. Like, why not, right? But comment below your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about all this stuff? Do you think we'll get Spider Slayers or not? And we'll see you guys later.